Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Oh, why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Oh.
How about it?
And welcome back to another episode of the Fake Friends Podcast. We are on episode 8. How we doing? Talk to me.
Good. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Shib is up.
Absolutely.
Shib, Sheep. Hey,
Yeah.
You know what? Because we said it like 3 different ways last time. Shib, Sheep, Shiba Inu, Shiba Inu,
Shiba Inu.
Shiba
I think so.
Inu is weird.
I think because of like the sign for it for when you search for it on like crypto wallets, Shib. I don't know if it's SHIB. I don't know if you still pronounce it Shib or
Sounds
you
like
still pronounce it Sheeb.
Sounds like
right?
Shib.
So I don't know, dude. All I know is if you're hitting that and following it with an Eve or Ib, we know what you're talking about. Yeah, man, that's doing good. How you doing with that? You know, our last episode, we spent majority of the time talking about why, you know, it could be an absolute degenerate idea to throw some money on it if you had laying around. But I mean, I understand what the haters are going to say, but you know, like we said last time, I don't know. There's just something about it, man. And it had a great run. It went up, just in a day, it went up like a whole decimal value, right?
Yeah, it was 4 zeros and like a 3 the last time we were talking about it, maybe. I think the last time we were talking about it was 4 zeros and it was like 2.8, 2.9, maybe, certainly 3. And in the last 2 days, it touched 5. So
it hit 5 today. Yep, I saw it.
It hit 5 today, and now it's just floating around 4.6, 4.7. It goes back up to 4.9. And like I said, if you know that small four-figure investment, when it knocks off a zero, it's can be very substantial return. And once it knocks off a zero, it knocks off another one. You're looking at a 5-figure return. So, yeah. Don't need to reiterate too much about why it might be a good idea. Like you said, it could be a bad idea, it could be a risky idea, but hey, no reward. Reap no rewards without risk. So,
well, it's just so interesting. Again, I know reading things online, you don't know what real account, what's fake, and who knows what. It's just, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. But I mean, when you do go on their Reddit forum, the Shib Army or Sheeb Army, and you read a lot, there's a lot of people behind it. And dude, we talked about this probably 2 weeks ago, man. I remember I told people in the summertime when you first told me you were still buying it, and I was kind of like, I thought it was kind of dead and there was some movement to it. This was before like the October jump. I bought a little more. And then when it started getting some movement in October, I was like, oh, immediately I need like 20 mil. And then I was satisfied. And then just kind of seeing the possibility where it was going, we had another discussion. You know, the goal is to get to 100 mil. I'm at 75 million right now. I'm very happy with that. And we'll see. I'm actually very comfortable with staying at 75 million. But I'm totally okay with going, you know, a little more. If I can get to 5 more million at a reasonable price and get it into 80 million or even 85. I'm not saying 100 million is a stretch right now, but seeing where it's at and it keeps on mooning to the next fucking number up, you know, it's just getting more pricey. And I'm not saying I don't have the funds for it, but it's just kind of like when you're getting shit for $150, then that same price is now almost 300, 350. It's just,
I kind of lucked up just because like I was able to buy chunks of it when it was cheap. And so
it was super cheap.
The position I have now is well over 100 million, and I want to buy more. I'm in a position I could sell. I could sell and get investment back and still have basically 80 million of just, you know, all gains. And I still don't feel like that's enough, but you know, only time will tell. I think it'll only be in a better position by the end of this month. It continues on this trend. You got to point out the fact that it is not applicable to anything right now. And if it becomes applicable, it adds value. You know, and there's a lot of talk around the burning of the coins to eliminate the abundance of it. But like you said earlier today when we were talking, right now, the value increase to it is simply because people believe that it's valuable. People want it
That's
to
the
be valuable.
thing, dude.
People are
People
making
want
it
it to be,
valuable.
so
And so
that's
when you have a product that's not controlled by any variable other than people determining its value, there's no salary cap, there's no ceiling, there's no
never no
stopping
ceiling.
it, like because it's people placing the value on it. So that's why I say it's a community that's tight knit, and it's a community that's filled with people who are like
who have a mindset of we want to see it get to a cent. And that's the point I was trying to make by reading the forum. It's a lot of people are on there like, hey, again, I'm not on a bunch, like I'm not on the Doge or any other crypto forums or really stocks or meme stocks or anything like that. But from just other people commenting, they're like, hey, the Shiba Inu SHIB army is way more friendlier, accepting. They're like, hey, let's all get in here, hold our shit and get it to a cent. They're really determined to spread it and get it up there. And like you said, there's no application yet. That gets introduced. That's a whole new ball game. I mean, I was around people today who saw what it was doing just running right now, and people started getting FOMO. And it's not even at the FOMO level yet. When like you said, I think you said in the last episode, you trim up that zero, that's when you're really going to see some crazy shit happen. And I know the people are going to say, well, there's just too much that needs to happen for it to get to a cent in terms of, was it market cap or volume or something like that? Like, for instance, it would have to become it'd have to become more popular than Bitcoin for it to get to that point. And I'm like, I understand how crazy that sounds, but it's like if everyone starts buying it, that's how it becomes more popular. It's that fucking simple.
On a premier, I'll put it to you like this: on a premier crypto trading platform, it's number 9 right now.
Right, and so you have,
and that's without any type, So
no endorsement. It's Elon Musk tried manipulating it, and it said "fuck you" and it said, to Elon, that con artist, because he's a con artist. He's a con artist.
Yeah,
his business
and that's
sucks.
my point. That's what I mean by something that can't be controlled, something that can't be manipulated by a variable.
It's a community. It's a community.
It's a prime example of a variable who controls a certain market. If he goes and tweets something about a product, his product, if he tweets something about Doge, the value of their stock, the value of the coin increases or decreases. The fact that didn't happen when he lets the world know that he's not holding any, and the value of this coin increases, that just lets you know that the community surrounding it is placing the value on it. So there's no ceiling. Yeah. And honestly, I know, I think just out of a habit of being patient, you want to take this perspective of it takes time, but realistically, I don't think you can even put a timetable on how fast this thing can take off.
Right. And now you don't know how much each individual person's holding, I guess. But the whole point is like, if you have a collective mind that's saying, we're not fucking selling this, when you have whales come in and out that can buy large chunks, they'll have some fluctuation, but it's not going to tank it because people are holding it. And that's what changes shit. It's like people are taking an old school way of thinking and trying to apply it to something that's new. I learned my lesson with that. Like I saw a quick bubble with Doge. I've seen some other shit coins that have no business doing things that people got life-changing money on. And I'm like, you know what? It's not about, forget all the fucking numbers. It's about how many people are fucking.
There's nothing traditional about this. There's nothing traditional about it.
So don't think traditional with it.
Yeah, nothing traditional.
If you have money laying around that you could significantly leverage it, it's worth, in my opinion, the risk. And every time I throw more money at it, I'm kind of like, wow, I'm a fucking degen idiot. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm feeling something feels like dude, it's just like you said,
again,
it shoots up and it keeps, like, again, someone could say, oh, it's altcoin season, but it doesn't move. It's never indicative off of Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like it does its own thing. So it moves on its own, and that's huge.
That's a big factor in why I believe that this could actually be something, to be honest.
Yeah. And seeing how it's moving now, I'm like, okay, it hit an all-time high of 4 zeros and a 5. I don't know what that's technically called. What's that, like a 10,000th of a cent? I don't fucking know. Like
100, maybe 1,000th of a cent. I don't know.
Like five,
trust me, I haven't
something like that. Anyways, I don't know. So I thought it was going to take maybe another month to even get to that. But I'm sitting here like, holy shit, it's almost November 1st, and they just hit an all-time high of like 0.4 zeros and a 5. I'm sitting here like, there's more hype building to this, more hype. Yo, it could honestly trim off a zero by December, mid-December.
Before December.
Even before.
The way that it's moved, I put it like,
insane.
For an example, a month ago, it was at 5 zeros and a 7. And that's a month ago. So it trimmed off a zero in a month, and it's halfway to trimming off another one.
And here's what's crazy. Look, so that all depends on how much they're able to burn and make it applicable, obviously for the coin to have more value and stuff. But I will say, I could see it being possible for the people that try to be more realistic. Like, oh, if you need to get to this marker, you need either more people or more burning. So it's going to take more time. But yeah, maybe it does hit a wall and trades flat because people are holding it when it does get to like on 1/100th of a cent. But at that time, a lot of people are going to be hitting fat bags. So there's going to be a sell. Like I could see it when it does get to like 2 zeros and a 1.
It's going to be a big sell.
In that range, dipping and going up for a while.
Big
for a while. I mean, even like a year. But it's like, it's not like it's I think.
And here's the thing. We're having this conversation. Okay. And we're, like I said, we're talking about 4-figure investments.
Yeah.
People whose passive income, people whose main source of income, people who pay their expenses off peer investment income, they're looking at this and paying close attention to it as well, and are determining whether or not this is a smart investment. And like you said, those are basically whales. When whales show up and put 5-6-figure investments in this, that's going to increase the time frame at to which this value of coin increases. Not including the fact that it is. I don't know anything.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. If you're familiar with this, when people actually buy the coin, does that help the burning process or no?
No, it doesn't help the burning process, but it does help.
It adds value to it.
It adds value to it because I mean, the reason the burning process is so important and the reason you want to buy the coin now is because the burning of it is simply eliminating the abundance of it to add value to it. So like when you have trading cards, take trading cards. A card that's 1 of 1 is more valuable than a card that's 1 of 50, right?
Correct.
That's all the sense is there. But when those whales come into play, and like I said, I know nothing. If this coin ever becomes applicable to NFTs, the value of the coin, what they think is going to take forever or never to reach a penny, will happen overnight.
I think you said this. When it gets to trimming off a zero, you're gonna see absolute FOMO kicking. You're gonna see even more shit. Happen. Absolutely. Dude, I'm trying to figure out where I can. It's probably sold out, but remember I sent you today the NFTs for MLB doing their first thing. NFTs. Where would that be? Yeah. MLB shop.
Yeah, that's something I'm kind of just getting my feet wet with and fully understand.
I'm not really into NFTs, but
I'm not.
I thought it was like a lucrative
market right now. I know that.
Try to Google real quick.
It's a whole thing, which I understand because we live in a much more digital world, and so owning, digital pieces that are one of a kind makes sense. Again, things are valuable to people when they make them valuable. And I just, that's how I feel about Sheeb. People, the community of it, people are making this coin valuable, even though it's not applicable, which is the fact that it already has movement now makes, I think, speaks volumes to the potential value that it could have. So who knows?
We'll see. Yeah, see, it's sold out. Damn. They only had 25,000.
Yeah.
$50. And I think you got a pack. I don't know how many cards came in a pack. And also it's available again.
And now they're probably reselling too.
Drop and play of the day. They're doing something else. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I might check it out. $50, I might check it out. They're gonna do it. Also available, dropping in 17 hours. Some play of the day. Previous drops. play of the day. So I don't know, dude. I'm gonna check it out though. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Yeah, like I'm not an NFT guy, but it is interesting. Again, it's one of those things where if you have money to take a risk and maybe you get something valuable and someone wants to sell it, I don't know. I think creating your own NFT is a different thing. Like if you're to create something unique, that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where this shit
where it goes.
I'll definitely watch it every minute and seeing what happens. We'll probably every podcast episode be touching upon it because
some kind of recap. We're kind of just moving daily.
Because we're kind of balls deep in it.
I got it up right now. Yeah, keep my eye on it.
I mean, I was trying to tell my friends, dude, even months ago and weeks ago, I was like, buy. And like, I get it. But today, man, I was around some of my friends and they were feeling the FOMO. Like, oh, if I just throw this at it, how much is that? I'm like, it's better than zero. Put it that way.
Anything, yeah.
Have something. You don't know. Because like someone's $100 or $50 today that gets you like 6 figures in coins. If it does get to a cent, 10 cents, now that $10, $20 investment just made
$100 investment.
$100
might have made you. Yeah, exactly. Great return. You can't beat those type of returns.
Stupid money. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I got for Shed,
Yeah. Recapping that, we got the World Series kicking off tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I still got the cheaters winning it all. Dusty Baker's leading that group of talented individuals, I think, to a World Series in 5 games. I don't think the Braves are a good team.
So hear me out. I'm going to hit you with something that you're going to go. The Braves are Shiba Inu. Nothing makes sense about them. And every time you expect them to lose, they win. So I think it's going 6 or 7 games. And I don't know who's going to win.
And that's why I said,
I have no clue.
The pause I took right there when I said the Braves are a good team is because it's like you can't count them out.
Yeah. Dude, they just be winning. Eddie Rosario's on another fucking planet.
I'll tell you what, though. I want the Astros to win.
Astros pitching click. And then, like, their young starters, Valdez and Garcia, they were a little shook pitching in front of fans for the first time.
Yeah.
But they settled in their second starts. And then their bats were always there. What people don't realize is with that Red Sox series, they were scoring runs the whole time. It's just the Red Sox scored double their runs. So it got overshadowed that they were still putting up runs. They weren't getting, like, blank. Seriously.
This is true. The Astros also just have a tendency to go cold at the plate. They just and maybe it's because they just don't get the signs or they can't hit a trash can. I don't know. But they just have a tendency to go cold sometimes. But then when they're hot, when it's clicking,
when they're comfortable.
It's a tough team to beat when they're comfortable at the plate, man. So I want the Astros to win it. And I hope they do.
Me too. I'm a Dusty guy.
Big Dusty guy. He deserves a ring. Probably one of the greatest managers.
Matter of fact, we're gonna name this episode "What Up, Dusty."
What up, Dusty? Yeah. I think he deserves it, and I think here's why I think he deserves it. I want to touch on that real quick because he, the way I mostly remember Dusty Baker is from those Giants days with that great Giants team in the early 2000s that lost to the Angels in the World Series. And he's had great players. Bonds, of course. Jeff Kent, great pitching. And then he had Bryce Harper. He had the Nationals. Didn't he go to the Cubs for a little bit? I forgot who he had on that Cubs
when
team.
He was with the Cubs. Was he manager during the Bartman run?
Yeah, what years was he with the Cubs? That's a great question.
He might have been the manager then in like 03, 04, 05. Then he went to the Reds.
Yeah. Because he went to the. I think he went to the Sox. I mean the Nationals. The Nationals after the
Reds.
Cubs.
No, he was the Reds manager.
No, he was the Reds manager.
Yep.
Let me get this straight. I want to get this straight first.
Because Dusty, like you said, has managed great players, been on great teams, and they just either ran into a better team or just had some unfortunate luck.
Well,
you got to remember, dude, the Nationals had the best team in baseball in what 2015
for like 2 years. They
go Steven Strasburg. We're not pitching you in the playoffs.
Exactly. This is the point I want to make about Dusty Baker and why I really think he deserves to win this ring. Because he did go to the Cubs right after the Giants, 03 to 06. Yeah. Then he went to the Reds. That means he had Griffey too, right, with the Reds in them years. Or was Griffey with the Sox? Maybe he did. So Dusty Baker only had the Nationals for 2 years, 16 and 17.
I thought he was there longer. Wow.
Those two years, that Nationals team. Now in 16, they lost to the Giants, I think, and the Giants went on to win the World Series. 17, I forget who they lost to.
You sure he wasn't there in 15?
Nah, he wasn't coaching. He wasn't managing anybody in 14 or 15. No. Yeah, no, he was out.
But who was their manager then?
The point that I want to make about him is I think he is a great player manager. Like players that are stars, I agree. Probably love playing for that guy. And I think you see that when you see what he did with, again, that Giants team. My memory's not really too good with that Cubs team, that early 2000s Cubs team that he had and the players that were on it. I can't remember who he had then in 2003 to 2006. I know he has some stats. I have to look at those rosters. But then you had the Bryce Harper days and then Bryce win an MVP in 16.
I thought he won it in 15 because Chris Bryant won it in 16.
Yeah, okay. Maybe. I don't Baseball Reference is my source. Usually they're not wrong about a lot of things, but
Baseball Reference never lies. That's a fact.
But he just deserves it. He just deserves to win it because I think he elevates guys. He elevates guys like Carlos Correa.
I do too. I think if he was still the manager,
Alvarez kid is impressive, and I didn't think he was that good to begin with. I thought he was kind of just a miss. I thought he was an average player, and I think he's proven to be a little bit above that.
Yeah. See, the thing about him though is he has great plate coverage. And he's just super strong. And he, like, again, I'm not trying to disrespect his ability to hit. The kid knows what he's looking for, but he definitely grew as a hitter for sure. Just taking what he's given and using his strength. Like, dude, he hit a home run off Chris Sale that was not a bad pitch. It was off the plate, and he just flipped it out the ballpark. And I was like, I'm not the average fan might be like, Chris Sale, you suck. And I'm like, no, this dude literally just took it the other way. And I will say, the only hope you have to get him out is you have to throw fastballs inside. He can't hit inside pitches. He can't touch
hard for him to get to it. Yep, hard for him to get to it.
But when you go in there, when you miss away, it's going over the plate and he's hitting it 800 feet. So it's risk reward type stuff,
Again, I really contribute. I mean, I don't know. I'm just contributing that team's success after what they had to endure over the last year to Dusty Baker. I don't think you bring in another person and that team is where they're at. So hopefully they win it. Can't count the Braves out. They got a great team, and I think
they're in full Jocktober mode. They're feeling
I was about to say, I might have said this when we were talking about the beginning of the postseason, and I was like, you really want the Dodgers to go because of the players on the team. And I think we kind of counted the Brewers out and the Braves because I think we kind of counted them out. But the Braves have some, they've got some
they got
polarizing. They got some polarizing players right now and some really entertaining players. Jocktober, guy wearing pearls. Me and my dad were talking about that. I was like, I just respect the fact that a guy's wearing pearls around his neck. And it's not a Cuban gold link or a diamond chain with his number on it. It's just like I'm wearing poles and I'm hitting pearls and I'm hitting bombs. So you gotta love that. Cool team. And the pitching. Yeah, the pitching's working for him. So it'll be cool. I'm not mad at either one of those teams being there. I really hope the Astros get it. Hope they do it. Hope they pull it out.
Yeah, and honestly, I won't be mad if the Astros win. like some people just hate them. They're a great team. Dusty deserves
Yeah.
it. And also, I don't want the Braves to win without Acuna. So.
That's true. I want him to be a part of that success. You know, He deserves it.
He deserves it. Top 5 player in the game.
Absolutely. Undoubtedly. Yeah. But with that, hopefully that happens in 5 games. Speaking of 5 games, I think we have tonight might make, I don't know the full league schedule. I think we got 5 games in your favorite league going on, or have played 5 games in your favorite league so far.
Mm-hmm.
Bulls 4-0, undefeated. I told you I'd be watching them. Great team.
They're nasty.
They're dirty.
They're the real deal.
They have a 3-man package that is like probably the most underrated 3-man package. I think Hornets undefeated. LaMelo Ball.
Yep. No. They just lost to the Celtics.
They lost. That's right. They did.
Last night.
Last night. Warriors, I believe, are undefeated, 3-0, and I think because of the past 2 or 3 years, you necessarily count the Warriors out of being in contention ever since they lost Kevin Durant and they had that horrible year. The team that they have right now might be better than that 2016 team that they had and won the first chip with, because they have, and I was watching the game and it dawned on me. They were like, they're young. Steph Curry's been in the league 10 years. Klay Thompson, I think 9. Draymond Green, I think 9, 8. Who else starts on that squad? Andrew Wiggins, I think 8. Otto Porter, I don't know how many exactly. The only young buck that's playing and getting run on that team is Jordan Poole.
And why?
But he's not yet. He's hurt right now. I'm talking about playing right now. Iguodala,
but he will. He will play.
Yeah, Wiseman will play. Iguodala, like 18 years. That team has veteran leadership and 5 guys on the court that can shoot 3 ball at once. And when you got Steph Curry running the show, that team can easily run the West. So, I'm tempted to go bet on them to win it all. Real tempted because if
you do it now, you'll definitely get a nice payoff for that. Not a lot of people have them. I think the Lakers are still the favorite out the West, right? And then probably the Clippers or something.
The Clippers, I don't think you still can't count the Suns out there. Solid team, and then the Nuggets. Hopefully the Nuggets figure it out. I like that squad too. So we'll see. Hopefully they let Kyrie play. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. They stormed the the Barclays Center protest.
Awesome.
Not letting Kyrie play. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to see people kind of support a guy who wanted to, speak up about something. So hopefully the NBA figures that one out because he deserves to play an NBA game, play an NBA season. And I think it speaks volumes to the fact that he can't because he's not vaccinated, or that's the determining factor for whatever reason. It's wild. So maybe we'll figure something out there. But the NBA's underway. I'm excited about it. It's cool. I like watching NBA games. For your sake, I'll start calling it the CBA when we talk about it. Because apparently
that's what it is.
The Celtics can't have their games aired in China anymore either. So thanks to
when you
stand up for something that's right, I guess.
When you get cucked by that country, dude. That's how it is.
Yeah, so it is what it is there.
Dude, I'll never forget. We don't have to bring this up, but I'll just never forget literally that October, like 2 years ago, when that all played out. And I was like, why isn't the commissioner of the NBA standing up for his players in the league and saying how wrong this is? And he was like, oh, everyone shut up. Don't hurt our market over there. I was like, oh, okay. Fuck the NBA.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's integrity has a price, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently everybody's integrity can be bought in today's world, which is unfortunate. I can't sit here. I do want to clear this. I can't sit here and say, there's positions that you're not in, so it's easier to judge, right? And it's always easy to say this is what I would do, but you don't know until you're in that position. Like, I don't know. I can tell you right now, there's no price on my integrity. If I'm in a different position, do my values of certain things change? Which would then mean, you know, what I hold integrity, my moral integrity might have a different perspective. And so I guess then there's a price on it. I don't know. I know there's some things I just would never do. And there's some beliefs I would never go against. And I think it's a tough position, but what I don't think is tough, just to touch on what you mentioned, is when you see something clearly right or wrong, and you put a price on that in terms of the way that you respond to it, I don't think any position should determine that. And so you see people being treated badly or treated poorly or treated wrongfully, and it's wrong, to avoid saying that, hey, this is wrong. Simply that, because that's clearly what couldn't be said. Simply saying, hey, this is wrong. You avoid doing that because, you have a certain price tag. Then I just question your character all the way around, because it's not a matter of position at that point, in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm not the commissioner of the league. I'm not a president of a team. I'm not an NBA player. I don't have China endorsements. My shoes aren't made over there. My summer tour that puts,
your shoes are made over there. Sorry.
You're right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Shoes are made over there. Everything we're wearing was made over there.
My brand isn't made over there. I don't have a brand, But I do think that's an interesting situation for people, and again, like, to bring the case that just happened a week ago or so, you had an NBA player basically standing up for what he believes in is wrong, which is blatantly wrong, and that country is like, hey, you're not supporting this. We're not playing this team's games, and I don't know, the NBA not supporting that, or maybe they, what do they do with the player? Do they tell them not to say that?
Dude, it's just crazy. They educate him like, oh, don't speak out against our masters. Don't speak your mind, son. You're gonna not allow us to play in our market.
I do question.
That's where we get all of our money.
I was gonna say, I do question. Does the NBA need China?
No.
That's so like that I question a little bit. I think the NBA is probably it's the biggest, globally. There's no other basketball league bigger than the NBA, and I don't know these stats for sure, but I'm sure it's probably making a running for the top sport in the world, next to soccer,
right?
Easily,
yeah.
So that's something I also question. Why the Chinese dollar is valued so much? Maybe
they must be getting greased really well.
I think they produce
higher ups.
I think they produce everything over there, so that must be why. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. Those are two things I'm excited about, though. The World Series, NBA basketball season kicking off. And Shiba. Tell me again how you say it. Shiba.
Well, I will say there are some other things to be excited that might not be sports related or money related. And I know how much you like going to the movies. We do have some really good movies coming out. I don't want to say really good because, Marvel movies are pretty fucking whatever. I get the hate on them, but entertaining, we'll say. You got the Eternals coming out in a week, and then a month later, you have Spider-Man 3.
I'm ready for that. I'm ready for Eternals coming out next week, right?
I've been ready for that movie. When I heard they were making that, I was ready for that shit. That movie should be good.
I made it to see Venom. Venom is
likewise.
Venom is short and sweet, but good movie. Funny, action-packed. I think they picked a really good. I'm bad with actors' names, but he does a great job playing that role.
Woody Harrelson. Oh, you mean Tom Hardy for Venom?
Yeah. Great job playing Venom. I am looking forward to the Eternals. What movie I actually wanted to talk about? I don't know if you got a chance to see it. Was the Legend of Ten Rings? Oh
yeah, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, great movie. Great storyline.
I saw it twice.
Yep, great storyline. Great action. Very, 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 very pleased. Very, very pleased with that movie. So you're right. There are some good movies coming out towards the end of the year, as always. Spider-Man 3 should be good. Spider-Man 3 should be good with,
Spider-Man 3 is going to fuck around and fuck up the box office. That's going to be fucking popular, dude. Especially they're going to do callbacks, probably get some old actors from the OG Spider-Mans. Like, they already have Doc Ock as the bad guy. You might see, what's his name? William Dafoe as the Green Goblin in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably see, they're doing the Spider-Verse thing. Probably see, I'm telling you, it's going to be, that movie is going to fucking rake in the money. That's going to be some crazy shit.
Well, and the cool thing is, unlike I think most other Marvel characters, Spider-Man's probably the most popular amongst kids.
Yeah, because he's young too.
He's young, so he's the most appealing and most popular amongst children. And he does cool things.
I feel like everyone as a kid likes Spider-Man.
I mean, look, come here.
Wolverine. Yeah.
This is. I got a prime example for you right now. Look, check this out. Come here. Spider-Man. Ready to go. Yeah. See? Yeah, go. Kids love Spider-Man. So that is going to be fun. That is going to be fun to see.
Got Doctor Strange in there, who's also my neighbor.
Yeah.
Looks just like him.
Strange.
Yeah, he does, dude. Looks just like him. But no, that should be sick. I think his second movie is going to be really good too when that comes out.
Yeah.
I think another year.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's a great time of year, man. Holidays coming up. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. What they see.
For me. For me, where I live. Not for you.
It's getting cold. I mean, it's like 60 degrees.
I'll fucking fight everything in the winter. Like once January hits, it's like no smile until like May. It's awful. It's so cold. And it's windy.
Coming,
I hate the wind. I'll
coming.
fight the wind. The wind.
But it's a good time. It's a good time of year.
No, it is. Yeah,
winter's
a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good
sports.
Things
You gotta you got to start winding down the NFL season, so you get some more important games, playoffs, kickoff, start of the year. So, but speaking of which, I actually went and saw over the weekend. I saw that Dune movie, and I'll tell you what, not knowing anything about the lore, that it was once a movie in like the 70s or 80s.
Yep.
There's books about it. It comes from books. I knew nothing about it. I also didn't know that they didn't get greenlit for a second movie, because right when you go to see it, it just says part one, right from the beginning. It's just sitting there like, okay, maybe two to three movies. And then, no, there's nothing coming after this. So with that being said, you watch this whole movie and you think, what's her name? Like, I'm not trying to spoil it for anyone. Yeah, like, dude, it's 2.5 hours. I'm not going to spoil any plot points, but I'll just say, like, that girl is Zendaya. How do you say her name? Zendaya or whatever?
Yeah, Zendaya, I think.
Yeah. She's in it. You would think she would have a particular role. And honestly, she doesn't have the role you'd think she would have. And you're like, why even put her in the trailer? But then you're like, okay. So then you're like, oh, well, when part 2 happens, I get it. And then you're like, wait, there's no part 2. There's no part 2 yet. They haven't confirmed it, but it was cool, man. It was interesting. I get why people don't like it, because they can say, oh, everything you told in that 2.5 hour movie, you could have explained in like 15 minutes. I get it. But if they do follow through with like part 2, 3, and then even maybe like 4 or 5, that first movie is only going to be as good as whatever they follow it with. It doesn't have an ending. It literally leaves you on a cliffhanger. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I still got to check it out.
It's good.
Check it out.
It's has some decent action. It's good storytelling. It has a lot of hints in there, a lot of Easter eggs for like future outcomes. So it's a good movie.
I'm late on James Bond. I like those movies.
Yeah,
I haven't caught the latest one. I gotta go see that latest one.
Same. I gotta see that. I know while still in theaters.
I love going to the movies. Going to the movies.
Big movie guy.
Great experience. Remember, that's one thing. With 2 things we used to do when we were flying places to go to studios. Find a mall. We go find a mall and go see a movie, even if like it was just a random movie. But movie theaters are just, the movie experience is great. You go get some popcorn, get some candy, makes you feel like a kid again. And it's just a fun time. definitely go see a movie. It was cool when it like first was introduced that you could just sit at your house and watch new movies on your TV. Like, oh, cool. I don't have to leave. And you do it a couple times and you're like, I want to go to the movies. So I like going to the movies. I gotta go catch James Bond. I gotta go catch Dune.
You know what's interesting too is I actually I went to the movies my whole life, but it was just kind of like because it was coming out and it was harder to see things back then as we can see them now at our own homes. But I didn't really enjoy going to the movies, like actually going until like we went as much as we did in college, like 2009, 2010. We're like, dude, that was like, we went and just saw any movie. We're like, oh, this is coming out. We saw the Catfish movie and we're like, what the fuck's this about? And I was like, dude, are people gonna die? And then it's just like some old lady painting. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
We also went, what movie did we go see?
We saw everything, literally everything, like The Town, all the fucking stupid ghost movies. The one where like the house is haunted. What are those ones called?
Yeah, you're right. There was a movie theater on Van Ness we went to go see. And we went to go see.
Yeah, it was an old courthouse.
Everybody. Yeah, we went to go see everybody.
We saw like the Book of Eli. Remember that?
That might have been it.
No. We saw a movie. We saw a movie with everybody. It was a scary one, right?
I don't know. I feel like Jeff Smith walked out the theater.
That was Book of Eli.
We
saw Book of Eli with mad people. Yeah, he's like, this movie sucks. Like, this movie's sick, dude. You're just a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
You just try to live a fake life, dude.
Who knows?
I don't know. But anyways, yeah.
Movies are great. Yeah. This will be a tough one, so I'm swinging this one to you first because I don't know yet. But if we dying on a hill here on episode 8, what hill you dying on? Could be any hill you want.
Okay. Let's see. I will say that I'm gonna go with kind of keep it fresh, not talk too much about Shibu. We talked about it last week. We always kind of die on the hill on sports, so I won't mention the World Series. I'm actually gonna say Spider-Man 3 is gonna be the most popular Marvel movie in terms of money. Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not gonna say compared to the Avengers, I think it actually could get up to those Avenger numbers, but in terms of any Marvel movie ever, it's gonna just blow it out the water. And it will be bigger than one of the Avengers movies, like Endgame or Infinity War. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
All right.
No, I really do. I think everyone's gonna go see that movie.
You're right. I mean, because was it Homecoming the second one? Homecoming was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Homecoming was huge. So
they're all big, man. And this one with the story they're incorporating, I just think everyone's gonna go see it. I mean, I see movies twice. I saw Shang-Chi twice. I saw Black Widow twice. I saw because I go with different people. Like sometimes people are like, oh, I couldn't go when you went, so I'll go with them again. Like I don't care. It doesn't bother me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do you got?
I got
I think
I
know what yours is. Yeah.
Now we'll keep it kind of fresh. I'm gonna go music.
Okay.
I'm gonna go music. And I actually just came to this decision today during my workout, and maybe that's why I feel this way. I don't know. But Meek Mill just put a project out called Expensive Pain, and I'm dying on the hill that it is his best album to date. The best album.
Wow.
Top to bottom, his best project to date.
I understand why you say that. I get it.
There's not a single song you want to skip on that project. And I think vocally he executes everything perfectly. I think the content is immaculate for that realm of music. I think it's his best project. So, if I'm standing on a hill and somebody says, hey, best Meek Mill project is, I don't know, Championships. And I go, nope, dying on this hill with Expensive Pain.
Yeah, Expensive Pain is quietly really good. A lot of people kind of just whatevered about it, but no, I feel that it's just really good rap music. It's just very consistent.
Really good, man. Consistent,
it really is consistent
through and through, and it does what music's supposed to do. it has like it moves emotionally. So
Yeah.
you feel one way when you hear one song, and then the very next song you're like drawn different emotions, and I think it's just really good. So that's The Hill I'm Dying On. Meek Mill, Expensive Pain, best album that he's put out to date, for sure.
Word.
Oh.
I like it. Well, I mean, if we don't got anything else to say, I'm cool and wrapping this up here. Till next time. Let's see. So one thing we definitely got to remember to do when we come on is do our shout outs first. This podcast is officially on Apple Podcast app, so you can listen to it there. Should be on Spotify soon.
Should be on Spotify.
On YouTube, album Dark Days, Brighter Nights is on all streaming platforms.
All
new music to come. And we're just going to continue to make these episodes. Hopefully, whoever's listening enjoys it. We do have an Instagram for this podcast called Fake Friends Podcast. That's
Very
simple. Follow it there. And if you want to DM us or hit us up, hit us up.
If you want to be on the show, hit us up.
You want to be on the show? Hit us up.
We love including people into our conversations. You don't even have to know us. Just say, hey, you want to come on and, chop it up? We can chop it up. We talk about everything. So, yeah, it'd be known.
Oh, man. All right,
man.
Take care.
Why can't